I've been watching your videos for a while. Could you shed some light on your weight loss ideals? I'm roughly 90 pounds over requirements. What would you recommend? That said, I am a male, 5'10", 5'11". Cool. So weight loss is something that I've struggled with off and on since 2014-ish. I will be the last person to tell you that I have it all figured out. I am a student. Also, I struggle in discipline. Not so much in discipline, but in consistency with discipline as it relates to my diet. Weights are probably the easiest part when it comes to fitness. I dabble between 5 by 5 as far as weight training, strength training. And then, of course, I have some bodybuilding protocols that I dabble in as well. I've done CrossFit a couple times. I do some boot camp, morning workouts sometimes. My workouts vary. Like today, I just did upper body. I did some pull-ups, push-ups, basically things that mimic the PT test, just because I'm preparing for that. A little bit of shoulder work, but I mean, my right shoulder is kind of finicky from volleyball. So I play basketball today as well. And so I pretty much live an athletic life in most cases. I'm not really a couch potato in that way. But your best bet is, first of all, education is probably the biggest piece. I spend a lot of my time researching things, even though I know I can't do something consistently. I know what to do. It's called cognitive dissonance, where you know what to do, but you don't do it. And it's not so much to do it once, but it's to do it consistently. That's the whole point of doing anything, is to get results after you do it consistently. So what I'm on currently is what you would call the carnivore diet. This is day 14 for me. I have a little reminder on my screen. Yep, day 14. To put it simply, you eat little to no carbs, if not zero. You eat meat products. Excuse me. I eat steak, pork, bacon, eggs, pork chops, chicken breasts, chicken thighs. I eat meat. Pause. Simple as that. Simple as that. Now, the hardest part of the carnivore is unlearning everything you've ever thought about red meat, pork, cholesterol, LDL, the constant preaching and propaganda of what you always heard about meat is bad for you, plant-based diets are perfect for you. You will hear it again, and the internet is so riddled and full of it that you can find any argument and find pros and cons for it. If you research right now why the vegan diet is the perfect diet and the only diet for you, why meat is bad, you will find thousands of videos for that. You will find a ton of vegan influencers and all their products and all their bean proteins and kale shake, grass fed, like you'll find all that stuff. And then you switch over and go to carnivore and you'll find all the diets for carnivore and keto and Atkins and paleo. You'll have a whole community represented just as well. The biggest thing I pay attention to is how your body speaks to you. Your body will tell you exactly how it's feeling. Your body will also show you the results of what you're eating. So if in most cases, and again, I don't want to generalize too much, but in a lot of cases, the most muscular men or women that you will see on this earth are omnivores. They eat both plants and meat. If you go completely plant side and go to the vegan community, unless they're eating crazy high amounts of protein, which is very difficult to get on a vegan diet, you will see that they are on the more frail side. It's like they look like long distance runners. Like they're on the smaller side. And then if you go on the all meat side, you see also a lot of the same muscular looking people. You look in wildlife, it's quite clear. Omnivores such as elephants, hippos, rhinos, they eat plants. What do they look like? They're on the bigger side. You wouldn't call them overweight. You don't really see overweight animals. I don't think you've ever seen an overweight animal, because the overweight animals that you do observe, they're usually prey. They die. Especially plant eaters. Plant eating overweight animals, they're not breathing currently. They're in somebody's stomach. That's how it works in nature. It's only in humans where you see. Anyway, so carnivores in the wild. Have you ever seen an overweight tiger? Have you ever seen an overweight lion? Panther, cheetah, cougar. You've never seen an overweight carnivore. Why? Because you can't overeat on a carnivore diet. You can't overeat on meatloaf. That's cap, because that ketchup just be sweet as hell. But a steak, you can't overeat on steak. You can't overeat on chicken breast. Nobody's ever said, you know what I got taste for? 2 pounds of chicken breast, dry as hell, no ranch, no ketchup, no barbecue. I just want some Just give me some chicken, just dried chicken breast and water. Nobody's overeating on chicken breast. But you will notice, especially like around the Halloween time, the day after Halloween, you can eat candy all day long. Never get full, never get satisfied, never feel satiated because carbs are energy. Fat is energy as well, except we have labeled it, and through media, you've always heard that red meat is bad. Fat is bad for you because it makes you fat. Fat is just energy, just like carbs are energy, except fat is naturally occurring. That's why when you eat animals, the protein comes with fat. Whereas whey isolate, all it does is spike your insulin, and then you store the protein and rebuild your muscles, what have you. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it doesn't come with fat. There's reasonings for that. So to answer your question, back to that, when I want to lose weight, I kill carbs. First thing I do. But one thing I have to do is increase the fats. And that's the part that's usually slept on is, all right, I'm eating a low fat and low carb diet. Well, your hormones are going to suffer because of the fat. Protein may be stable, cool, but protein is not energy. Protein macro is not used for energy. It's used for repair of the body. So you need energy. If you ever heard of the rabbit diet, where people I think they were in Iceland somewhere or Greenland or somewhere, and they're eating only rabbits. Well, they were starving while eating rabbits. Why? Because the rabbit doesn't have fat and has no carbs. So they were eating a protein-only diet. They were literally starving themselves. I'm the last person to tell you I have it all figured out, but I study, I read, I watch a ton of lectures and videos, and this is just what I'm on currently, and it's working for me. It's improved my mental health, improves my joints feel amazing. I don't feel crazy sore. Like today after basketball, I walked right out the gym. I didn't sit there and stretch for 2 hours. Like I wasn't hurting walking off the court. My ankles were a little stiff, but no, carnivore, you feel amazing on it. My mental clarity, my anxiety is the lowest on carnivore with keto variants. Keto just being high fat diets with like 50 grams of carbs or so. Carnivore being no carbs. Like the only carbs I consume are like accidental carbs. Like this has no carbs. But yeah, occasionally I'll have like ranch on my steak or something, which is probably blasphemy to some people that are steak lovers. But yeah, ranch has trace carbs in it. But that's my thought process when it comes to nutrition. Like lifting weights and running and cardio and what have you. There's many variants of that, and you really can't miss with doing any of it. Like you really won't fail by doing any of it. But it's the diet that usually makes or breaks you. I'm willing to bet that if you switch to a carnivore diet, a keto diet, not only with your variables as far as your blood pressure or any insulin sensitivity issues you're dealing with, I'm willing to bet that all of it would improve. Not only that, but you would lose weight as well. I'm not saying you'll lose 90 pounds overnight because that's quite a bit of weight to lose. But yeah, you will see the scale change by eating a carnivore diet. Again, you're eating fatty meats. Like you're not eating, chicken breast, which is quite lean in nature. You're eating chicken thighs, you're eating pork chops, you're eating steak. And again, this is not me. It's just something to go research. I'm not telling you to go do this, but it's something you should research. Dr. Paul Saladino, Dr. Kim Berry, Dr. Georgia Eid. There's plenty of people that are pioneering this movement. I just bought Dr. Paul Saladino's book, but it's an amazing community. It's amazing results, and it's the complete opposite of what you've been taught probably your entire life, especially as it relates to like nutrition classes and red meat is bad and no, sugar's bad. Things with barcodes are bad. Even though some meats come with barcodes. The point being is that if it's made in a factory, we probably weren't eating this 100 years ago. Why are we eating it now?